Hi everyone, it's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia, Canada. So welcome to our Video Crafters Video Hop, or our International Video Hoppers Video Hop. This is where we meet once a month. We're given a topic, and then what we do is we do up a video, and it will premiere at a certain time, and it's all different times around the world, so I'm not even going to go into there. And basically, we work around a particular topic, and the topic this month is birds. And when I first looked at it, I went, "Oh, we don't have any birds, nothing new, nothing in our catalog." Oh, yes, we do. We've got lots of birds in there. So sit back, jump from video to video, and just see the different birds that are used. I know myself, I used a lot of different sets in here, so hopefully I don't get you too mixed up in there, but let's go on down to my desktop here. Okay, so recently we had just done this for a stamp camp, but I needed this bird. Now, there's so many other birds. I was quite shocked at how many birds there really are in the annual catalog. I really didn't think there were. Now, remember, there's also stuff that is also on the online exclusive, so make sure that you check those out as well. So I'm just using this bird. I might use a sentiment from there. I'm not too sure. I'm using this Encircled in Nature, and I think the only thing I'm going to be doing is one of the sentiments from there. Now, this is an online exclusive, so really important that you you check those online exclusives out. So then this was the country house birdhouse, and I just used it to cut out the die of the bird. I could have fussy cut it as well. Now, this is basically what's going to steal the show. I guess the bird should steal the show, but what's going to steal it are these lifetime of dies. Now, this was something that was carried over from the Jade A mini catalog, and it's into the annual catalog. This has, it's a great stamp set that has all to do with anniversaries. I believe it's weddings and that sort of stuff, but it's the dies that I really like. Yeah, it's mainly about weddings and that sort of stuff. And I've used this on a couple of things, but today I'm going to show you, we're going to use these two particular dies, and that's what's going to be mainly what I'm going to be doing with this card to get things going. Now, when I went in, and I've got my stuff all cut out, and I used Mossy Meadow, which is a half a sheet of cardstock. You'll notice I'm just going to be doing this in Imperial, but my measurements are so simple that you can adapt these very quickly. This is a half. This is a pecan pie, which happens to be 1/4 of an inch, or would be 5 centimeters of an inch. Less around there. And then I use basic beige, which is another 5 centimeters smaller, or another 1/4 of an inch. So this is 3 3/4 by 5 inches in Imperial, and this is 4 by 5 1/4. Now, when I wanted to do these particular dies, I thought, well, I better put these onto an adhesive backing. So I'm going to show you, I actually got lots out of there. Now, I went and I put my adhesive sheets onto the back, and then I just cut out this die, and then I cut out these two small dies in between. I might use them, I might not. And I did that also with the Mossy Meadow, and I also turned around and did it with some gold foil as well. I have a piece of the basic gray to go on the inside. I happen to like the 3 3/4 by 5 inch size. I don't know why I like that. All right, so I'm just going to actually go, and this is scored at 4 1/4, or the halfway mark, and we're just going to come in and burnish that with our bone folder. And then I don't add these parts on until the very end, because I might decide I want to add some twine around it. I might want to do some other stuff with it, so I leave it like that. Now, on this particular piece, what I wanted to give a bit of texture on there. So what I did was I came in with my crumb cake and my timber embossing folder. I inked up, and I'll show you how I did this. I'm not going to do it online because it just too jiggly with my my cut and emboss machine. Just go like this, and then you take the side that has the label on it, and you're just going to go and just run that on there. And this just rubs off and cleans off very, very easily if you use that in your, I'm just going to get a bit of light on here. If you just put that under the sink. So there's nothing too hard about doing that at all. And then I'm going to show you how that came out. Now this came out nice and dark, but I wanted to have some sort of texture on here. This piece is going to go on the inside. So you can see how that's just going to come in there just like that. Now at this point, I could go ahead and add this on here, which I'm going to do. I used crumb cake instead of the pecan pie because I thought, and I never tried it, I thought the pecan pie could possibly be a little too dark on there and take away from the whole thing that I'm trying to do with this particular card. So let's just put that right there. And we'll just, the glue, we're just going to, thank heavens we got a bit of wiggle room on there because my glue is making this hold on to my, there we go. And like I say, that's going to go onto there. Now I cut out, I went and I cut out, I've got a bunch of these things cut out. I've got one of the wreaths or a circle of whatever. I've got it cut out in pecan pie. I've got it in gold and I've got it in mossy meadow. Now I'm going to keep them mainly about the same, but I thought this would be the best coming that way. And then I have two pieces of this where I'm not sure which way I'm going to. I think I'll probably put it right about there. So I know now that I'm not going to put this exactly in the middle. Now I just have to decide, do I want to go with the green behind, the gold, and then the pecan? Or do I want to go with the pecan pie at the back? Let's just put this on here. And this is just really a preference thing. It just depends how you want to have that. So I think what I might do is I don't want the gold completely on the front. I think I'm going to come in with the mossy meadow. And I'm just, because it's got this on here, I'm just going to take off my the adhesive sheets on the back. There we go. Once I start it, it'll be just great. And of course, yeah, they do have sections on here, so they come off that way. Now, the other thing is we want to make sure that we get this in that circle that it wants to go into again. So we're going to kind of let it relax onto the paper, and then I can pick it up and move it around. I'm wanting these leaves to be kind of down here on the bottom. And you know, at this point, I could move this around and change the shape of this if I wanted to. But I think we'll just leave it like that. And it's a lot easier than trying to glue that on. Now, this one's got a bit more of a body to it because it's a thicker paper. So I'll just come in here, take this part off. And again, this is going to come off in two different pieces because that's the way that this paper is. And it makes it so it's really easy to get off, that's for sure. On the old ones that we used to have, you never got that. You never got it where you could, you had to really take it off all in one swoop. And sometimes it was more difficult. Okay, so it's really quite sticky. So I want it so that it's, this one looks like I need to trim that just a little bit. Looks like some of the gold foil actually came off. But we'll fix that. Now I want to rotate this just a little bit. So you don't want it all over top of one another. And see, by putting it down like that, you're not getting the depth, but we're going to get the depth with all the other stuff that we're putting on here. And then, of course, we have to do the one in the pecan pie as well. So just get this part off. There we go. All right. And now this one, I could have it go down like this, but maybe it might be wise to come up and just completely switch it around where this part was down at the bottom. Now we have all those other pieces on there, and I'm going to save one piece, one or two pieces for the inside, I'm thinking. So let's just see. The gold we definitely want on there. So I'm just going to come take this part off. Okay, it's not in two strips. Oh, we lucked out there. So these are going to go either way. Now, you know what? I should maybe have that green one here as well. I don't know where my other green went to. I had two green here. Oh, there's the other green. Okay, then there we go. And we want to just poke this part out. So all the work is really done on this particular one. So onto the green. Let's put a gold on there. We'll have the gold come down. And then we'll put the pecan pie on top, which we've got there. Now, I don't know how much of this I'm going to want on here. Let's see if I can get that off. There we go. And sometimes those pieces just come right off when you take those off. So let's go here, have this come down there. And then let's go ahead and put this on here. Just like that. So we're kind of building up the bottom part there. Now I went, this was the bird that I used. So I went and I just stamped that with Memento. And then I'm just going to show you quickly how I'm going to color this. Now, if you ever wonder how to color a bird and that sort of stuff, what you want to do is you just want to go and you want to play with it. So I'm going to use dark smoky slate. And I'm going to use, I usually like gray granite, but not in this case. And the light smoke, the light. Let me just, here we go. And then I kind of want to have a yellow breast on there. So I'm coming in with number 800. And then I'm also going to come in with my lemon lolly. And that's the one thing about these blends is you can sit there and change and add a bunch of different colors to change up the color of what you've got here. So you notice I'm using the brush end. Just, I think we can come over. And I want to come in with my light smoky slate. I think I've got these caps mixed up here. So I'm just going to come here. I'll just go under here. I'm going to just take some of this and I'm just flicking this part here, and we're going to give a little bit right here on there as well. Then the pecan pie, or did I go with a copper clay? I went with a copper clay, I think. And then I'm just coming in and using some of this copper clay onto this part of the bird and onto the tail, and then we'll probably put some more dark onto the tail as well. So see how we're getting it so that it kind of starting to look more like a bird. Well, we hope it is. All right, so then I'm going to come in with some dark smoky slate, and again I'm going to just come in and use the brush end, and I'm just using a tiny bit of this dark smoky slate. And I think I have to come back in with, I should get rid of those gray granites. So this is the light. Just like that. And then we want to put the crumb cake on the feet and the beak. I don't really want a real orange on my beak. I don't even know if this is a real bird by the coloring I've done. That might have messed it up a little bit, but I think that'll be okay. And then if we want, we can turn around and we can add some Wink of Stella on there. I don't know if I'm going to. I think to me a bird needs to be just putting a bit underneath the eye. Let's come back again and put some of this. This is that ivory color. And I'm just going to come again with my lemon lolly. Just lighten that up a bit. Sometimes when you take a lighter color, what'll happen is that it would turn around and just picks up some of that. Now, you notice I'm just coming in and just putting some highlights of the gold on there. Now, I also want this to look not that it's white there, so I'm going to come in with my light pool party, and I'm going to do this ever so lightly. It's just come around and put this, and this pops the bird up. So for the theme of birds, I have one bird on here. My goodness. There we go. All right, so our bird is going to go about there. We can have them come over a little bit more. Don't want them really in the middle. And then what I can do is I can then figure out what I want to do for the words. Now, I know I had those strips here. Oh, my goodness. I've got two of them. I've got one in a mossy meadow. I don't think that's the right color. I think the pecan pie is going to be good. And see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to use that kind of like the bench for the bird to go on. Or do I want to put that down there? No, I think I'll do it that way. So I'm actually going to come in to pick up that gold. I'm coming in with my embossing buddy. And there's so many different words that you can use. It just depends. Do we want to do this as a happy birthday? When I brought this one out here, it was encircled in nature. It could say a huge thank you. But here for you, I really kind of like that particular sentiment in itself. So this one I have used a lot, and I've really stained it. So I'm just going to come in with my Versamark. Now remember that this is going to be onto a green card. And you know what? I kind of wanted to put some twine on there too. Okay, so let's just do this here for you. I'm going to put it off to the right. And I probably should have put that onto a paper piercing mat. Let's go with our gold. You know, I look in the screen and I don't see it looking as good as it looks like in real life. So, but let me just put this gold on there. And we'll just heat set that. And I'll kind of move it away from the camera. You all know that you just don't move it like this. You just let it start on one end and go to the other end. There we go. Pretty subtle. It might have been better in the green. All right. And then, yeah, it might have been better in the green. Let's do it in the green, just because it's not showing up as much as I thought it was going to. That's okay. We can change our mind as we go, right? We have that back with our gold. I love to emboss, so it doesn't matter. I could emboss almost every single card. Actually, a lot of people give me a hard time that I do. So I just think that there's sometimes I make the times to do the embossing. I personally, I really do. I could have embossed this in white. It would have really shown up, but I didn't. Let's just get that done. And then we'll just make the choice which one we want to go with. And that's not cooking. Oops. There we go. All right. So now we could use our regular twine, or we have our baker's twine that is the essential pack, and it happens to have a crumb cake in it. So let's just see if it's better with the linen thread. Might be the route to go. All I'm doing is taking this and tying it in a knot. So I'll show you how I do that. Oops. Just down like this. And then that is just going to make it so that it is going to fan out behind it. So here we have this, like this. We're going to pop that up, and then we're going to put the bird on there. And you know what? I think that does work better than what this one would have. It's just a little coarser is what it is. So do I want to go with the green or the pecan pie? I am thinking the pecan pie. So I'm going to come in with my dimensionals. Let's go ahead, put them there and there. I have to put some dimensionals on this bird. And then we're going to figure out exactly where we want this. So what I can do now is come in with a glue dot. And I'm going to attach this part right on here with a glue dot. So let's come in. Good heavens. Let's just take our pick tool, grab our glue dot. This is just going to go here. Just going to go right on there. Just like that. Now I should get this on this card on here, or else it's funny. I keep looking for comments and there's no comments while I'm recording this. So let's just put this right on there. You have to have all that gold on there or else it just would not look very well. So that's just going to go like that. Let's have our bird. Our bird can come right here. So see how we've got our bird. Oh, I'm going to have to come in with a little dimensional and put that there. And then I'm going to have to double dimensionalize the bird. So that's going to go there. And when I say double dimensionalize, I need it to be the same level as all of it. Like, because I put a dimensional here on there, I've got to have this the same level, or else we've got some dips. So all I've done is put 2 dimensionals on there, and that makes us the same level and makes that even. All right, so then we just come in with our embellishments. We have lots of different ones that we could use, but I am thinking there's 2 that we could use. And I know which one I'm kind of heading towards. We have these ones, which are the textured matte dots, but because we have the gold there, I'm thinking that this might work better. Now these are metallic. They're called metallic gems, and they have them in copper, they have them in gold, and they have them also in silver. Amazing. It's always so nice to be able to have metallic gems. So let's just go one here, put one right down here. Well, that one looks like a copper one, but it isn't. And then let's just put this right up there. All right, so then on the inside, I have this. So I have these extra ones that are here. So why not just put those in there? And do we want to put just the green? And, well, I want to bring that pecan pie. I don't seem to use that enough. And that's how you can also use up and decorate the inside of your card as well. So we're just going to put that up there like that. And now I'm going to come in with the green, the mossy meadow. And we could do the gold as well if we wanted to. Just be a bit too much, I think. I'm just going to come there. And then I'm just going to come and trim this off. All right. So I hope you enjoyed that. Like I say, make sure that you hop to the next person. I'm not even sure who that is at this point, but the link will be there below. And I will have a bunch of my links to my other social media that you could follow me as well. Make sure that you subscribe to all of our videos. Hit those bells and you'll be notified as soon as we do go live on ours. All right. So there we go there. There's the card. All right. So like I say, I hope you enjoyed that. Remember to go to the next one and join us next month. I can't even remember what the theme is, but it's always an interesting theme. All right, you guys, remember to create because it's great for the soul. Bye for now.